The following is a presentation of Muddy River Sports.
Welcome to another episode of Schuck on a Truck. I'm Muddy River Sports editor Matt Schuckman, hanging out on the tailgate of the pickup with the coach of a state championship basketball team, Moline boys basketball coach, and I'm proud to say, a good buddy of mine, Sean Taylor.
Thanks for having me, bud. It's
Thanks for
always
doing
good to
this.
be with you.
Glad we were able to work this out and get together, hang out a little bit.
Me too. It makes my day.
Are you still enjoying the moment of being a state champion?
Absolutely, and more people come up to you and get messages, and it's sunk in, but it's special. So
Okay, obviously in the moment that night, you're in Champaign, you win the title, the Class 4A state championship game, boom. When did it really go, okay, that was awesome?
probably not till the next week, because you're busy doing stuff and make sure you're congratulating all the people that need to be, and then the next week it hits you that was pretty special what these guys did.
And they did. It was something remarkable, great postseason run, really took care of business, and it wasn't just riding the back of your point guard, the All-Stater Brock Harding. It was everybody contributed.
Sure did, the whole year. I mean, we had great balance. We had 4 guys averaging doubles. We had a stud defender that I thought was unbelievable every night. And then, we just, our 6th, 7th man, Braden and Maddox were really good role guys that embraced the role. And then just the whole team were great guys that loved playing basketball and being part of it.
You don't win a state title. You don't have success as a team to that level if you don't have guys embrace their roles.
Yeah, and we talk about it the whole year. I mean, you have to be great in your role. And, obviously Brock and Owen got the, most of the publicity,
right.
But Trey Taylor's sophomore was great and got better and better.
Yep.
Grant Welch probably made more sacrifices than anybody with Owen coming in. I mean, he was so good at what he did and didn't get much publicity. And then I thought Jasper was the toughest kid on our team, the toughest kid in the league. And, he loved the challenge of guarding your guy every night.
When did you know this team could win a state title?
The summer. I thought we were in the mix. There's probably 10, 12 teams that are in the mix that have a legitimate chance. And I thought we were one of those 10 teams. And, these guys, what they did, I thought getting beat at Pekin really helped because it made them, refocus and work even that much harder. And I thought that was probably a good loss for us, and I thought we took off after that.
Well, it was interesting because as I was preparing for this week, I had to cover some Notre Dame baseball, Quincy Notre Dame baseball this week. They lost on Monday, and this is a team with state title aspirations. And the humbliness of that came from that. Hey, we're not all that to be all. That they took from that was okay, we have to work hard every single day. We just can't show up. That's what helps make a championship team, doesn't it?
I think so. I mean, there's very few that go undefeated anymore. I think, Indiana in 76 was the last college team. And so, you just, there's a lot of good teams. And, I think the focus and the being hungry, and our guys were hungry after that. I mean, they worked every day and embraced every game. And, we still got beat by Simeon on, we missed the last second shot. But, I think that even helped them, that they just thought that they could play with the best team in the state, one of the best teams in the country.
I say Simeon's always up there as one of the best, so and you can go head-to-head with them and toe-to-toe with them.
And so I thought that gave our guys confidence that they could do something special.
Second state title in your coaching tenure. How does it compare to winning the Class A state title at Shelbyville?
I probably appreciate this one more. I was young. I was 27 years old, I think, and I thought I'd get a lot of those. We'd win in 95 to the Elite Eight and went back in 96. And, I probably didn't appreciate the fact that they don't just give these out every year to anybody. I mean, you got to earn it. And, but it did make me feel happy that a lot of those guys, not just a lot of them, almost all of them reached out and were happy for me, and it brought up a lot of good memories for them too.
Well, you've had a lot of years of coaching, a lot of different teams, how many of those guys reach out to you after a moment like that? Guys that you coached at Quincy, guys you coached at Decatur, St. Teresa. I'm sure you have some from everywhere that stay in touch.
Yeah, every stop I've had, somebody reached out, and I think I had more than 60 former players reach out.
Cool.
And that it did. It just made you feel good, and it brought back memories of their teams. And obviously we won it, but every team was special, and I've been proud of every team I've ever coached, and so I hope I relayed that to them, and that made me feel really good that all those guys reached out.
Well, I know you and I got to spend a lot of time together over the years, especially during those seasons you were at Quincy High School. But I know there was a contingent of Quincy people who made their way to Champaign. There were people from Decatur, from Shelbyville, that were in Champaign because of your ties to them. That's got to make you feel good.
It sure does. I mean, and I wish I could have spent more time with them, but they don't let anybody. Well, and they don't let anybody on the court afterward. But it was great hearing from those people. But again, just the relationships that you built at all these schools, they're special, and all those people are. Have impacted my life, and I hope they know how much it meant for me that they reached out and that they came to Champaign to see the games.
There are a few other people there that mean a little something, wife, kids.
Absolutely.
Especially, that knucklehead Kyle that played for you the year before. And I saw the joy on his face watching his former teammates win it. That had to be special.
I thought, for him to be there and for Corey and for Lisa was important to me, but especially Kyle. He gave blood, sweat, and tears for his whole life, and he was. I know he was happy for me, but he was really happy for his former teammates, and for him, for Brock and Grant to reach out and include him, that meant a lot to me, and I think he really appreciated that from those guys also.
Well, he had a pretty good freshman year at Monmouth College, didn't he?
He sure did. I mean, they won 3 games the year before, and they made it top 3 in their conference. They didn't win any conference games, so I think winning's the most important stat, and he's won a lot of games, and he puts in a lot of time and does it the right way. So awfully happy for the year that he had his freshman year at Monmouth.
I know how proud you are of Whitney. I know how proud you are of Kyle and of Corey, so I don't want to single any of them out. But to see your kids succeed at what they want to do, whether it's Whitney and her travels and going to school in Nashville, and Kyle playing basketball, and Corey's still in 7th grade, so there's still time to see what he wants to do. But what does that mean? How does that make you feel as a father to see them succeed in what they want to do?
I obviously proud. I mean, and I'm happy that they're finding, their niche and what they want to do. We talk all the time to our players and to our kids that find something you're passionate about, and if it's great, then work your butt off at it and be as good as you can be at it, and you're never going to work. I mean, you do what you're passionate about, you're great at it, and it's not work. It's a labor of love, and you love doing it, and so that's what I want Kyle and Whitney and Corey to find in their life too.
Well, you've done that. You found passion in basketball and in coaching, and you didn't win 600 career games and get in the Hall of Fame and win 2 state titles just by showing up every day and going, okay, I want to be a coach. There's work to it. There is work, and I think you better enjoy the work. And just like if you're going to be a good player, you better enjoy the work. You better enjoy the process, and same for coaching. It's not always great, but you got to fight through. I think fighting through the tough times makes you a better coach and makes you enjoy the good moments even more. You're not done yet. You still have the passion. It's not like you're going to go, I've done this. I want another state title. Okay, I'm going to go hang out with Lisa and spend time with her and just do nothing else. Well, you're still going to coach. A lot of people say I can't do this, but this is the only thing that I know how to do. I can't fix anything. I don't do yard work, so I better be good at it, and I want to do it in the foreseeable future. I love doing it. I love the kids that, hopefully they keep me young, and hopefully I can add something to their game. You're not old by any means. We are getting older, but you're not old by any means. So you got to keep doing it. Yeah, and I love it, and I'm going to keep on doing it as long as I can. Okay, we're as we transition from the end of basketball season. Obviously, we've got the Final Four this weekend with the NCAA tournament. We get to baseball season, opening days this week. Ben, Martha, and I do a podcast each week called the Muddy River Breakdown. And this week we both picked our top 5 favorite Cardinals baseball players. Now, I know you're a Pirates fan. Can you name me your top 5 Pirates? I know who number 1 is without a doubt. Well, 1 is Roberto Clemente. Yes. 2 is Willie Stargell. Okay. 3 is probably Al Oliver. Okay. 4 is Manny Sanguillen. Very nice. And 5 is probably Dave Parker. Okay. I'm it's all from that era, but of course.
those were my guys growing up.
Yeah.
And you know, Roberto and Willie are 1 and 2, and then there's a little there for number 3, but those would be my top 5.
So as I was driving so we could meet to do this, I was thinking about that. And I was trying to think of which Pirates I would, if I had to pick a Pirates, who I would pick. Dave Parker would be my number 1. I love the Cobra. You know, I was just young enough that I didn't see Clemente play. But Parker would be, Bill Madlock would be on my list.
From Decatur.
Yeah. So that's cool. But I know you love baseball. You love all sports. So it's not just, as passionate as you are about basketball, you're a sports guy.
Yeah, so I'd have my Cardinals too. I got Bob Gibson, Lou Brock. I love your Willie McGee.
Of course.
Those would be my top 3. I love John Tudor. I thought he was a crafty pitcher. So
I would agree.
I
got to give love to Bruce Sutter.
Yeah.
You know, pitch for the Quincy Cubs.
Ted Simmons, I would put. And I know he's not their best catcher, but I think he's my favorite catcher for the Cardinals.
See, and here's the funny thing about that. Obviously, I would put Yachty defensively above all other catchers. But Darryl Porter was my guy.
Yeah.
You know, growing up in the 80s, I wanted to be Darryl Porter. I wanted to be the catcher for the Cardinals. Not his off the field stuff, but
he was good on the field.
But
though.
he was good, and you know, so. But that, you know, that's the fun thing. We got the Masters coming up, so it's a great sports time. But basketball, I know, is deep in your heart. Will you watch the Final Four? Will you spend time this weekend watching basketball, or are you going to be coaching Corey?
No, that's all I'll do is watch basketball this weekend. You know, I'm going to spend the time with my mom this weekend.
Awesome.
So we're going to watch Brody Harding play baseball against Michigan this weekend.
Sweet.
But we'll watch the Final Four on Saturday, and then home on Monday to watch championship.
So does Mom get a championship T-shirt, or are you taking care of her in some way?
She gets whatever she wants. She's made more sacrifice than she's needed to. But
what a fantastic! I love your mom. Just what a great woman.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
Dude, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
You deserve it. You know, your team deserved it. They worked their butts off. I got the chance to cover them a couple times this year, and I've seen them play a lot and know some of your kids. And they earned it. The bottom line, they earned the state championship, and so did you.
I appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot to me.
So thanks for hanging out on the tailgate.
This has been
It
a
took
lot
us
of fun.
too long.
I've watched all of them, but I appreciate being here.
This might be your favorite then, right?
Absolutely.
For Moline boys basketball coach and state champion Sean Taylor, I'm Matt Schuckman. This has been another episode of Schuck on a Truck. Join us again next time.
Muddy River Sports. Our home, our sports.